when I got my first Olympia, I got fifth, and then after the show, they changed when they did that big change, the placings around where I got moved to sixth, Dillette got moved to fifth, and Kevin got moved from sixth to fourth.
What
They
happened?
changed it up.
Wait, so we'll come back. I want to know what happened to that first before we go into the Weeder conversation. What happened? How did they just change a bunch of placings around?
I don't know, because we're at the show and we did it, and they're like, sixth place, Kevin Leverone, and he had this look on his face, and then fifth place, Lee Priest. I'm like, cool, yeah, my first Olympia, fifth place, and Paul Dillette and that. So the show's over, and that actually my mum came over for that one in '97, so that's when I first seen my mum for the first time since I left home. And then I just went to the hotel, changed. I hopped on the bus because they had the banquet at the Queen Mary. And as I'm getting on the bus, people are like, Lee, sorry about your placing. I'm like, what do you mean? I said, I got fifth place in my first Olympia. What's wrong with that? Yeah. Oh, you didn't hear? I said, he what? Oh, they moved you down to sixth and moved Paul from fourth to fifth and Kevin from sixth to fourth. They changed it after the placing. So when I got to the banquet, I went up to Dillette and said, hey, Paul, did you hear they changed our placings? You got moved from fourth to fifth. And in that exchange, I think you lost 20,000. Next thing I see Paul goes for fucking Wayne like a pit bull. He's got Wayne against the wall by the neck. He's like, what the fuck happened? They're like, oh, we messed up with the numbers or something. Yeah, so that's how they said they changed it. But I still had I don't have it here, but I gave it to a friend. I still had the certificate that said fifth place, and we got this crystal fucking shitty fruit bowl that had fifth place on it. The only thing I didn't get was the check.
Shitty fruit bowl.
Yo, what is good, YouTube? I hope you guys enjoyed that brief segment taken from Fouad Abiad's podcast. If you guys don't know, Fouad runs the best podcast in bodybuilding, and I will drop the link to this full podcast in the description below. So at the 1997 Mr. Olympia, Paul Dillette placed 4th, Lee Priest in 5th, and Kevin Leverone in 6th. The competition was over, all the awards were handed out. Lee Priest placed 5th at his first Mr. Olympia competition. After leaving the competition, a lot of people started telling Lee, oh, I'm sorry that your placing changed. And Lee was like, what do you mean I placed 5th? Come to find out, Lee Priest got shifted down to 6th place, Paul Dillette to 5th. Kevin Leverone moved up 2 places after the competition. Now the IFBB have some explaining to do. Everyone is off stage, the show is over, everything has been judged. How can the placings potentially change? And as you guys seen, as Lee Priest mentioned, Paul Dillette's placing lost him $20,000. And as Lee stated, Paul Dillette was so upset he actually went and got physical, choked up Wayne DeMilia and asked him what happened. And honestly, guys, the competition is over. The only thing that could have happened was they looked at the placings, and it was like Kevin Leverone placing in 6th behind Lee Priest and his first Mr. Olympia and Paul Dillette. That just doesn't look right. But they did also cost Paul $20,000. And I revisited an interview with Jay Cutler, and he said the reason he didn't compete, and I believe the 2002 Mr. Olympia, was largely due to Wayne DeMilia. He felt like he didn't like him. And after hearing the way that all of the legends speak of Wayne DeMilia, I'm honestly not even sure how he kept his job for that long. Honestly, it seems like a lot of the problems going on in that era were largely due to Wayne, if not all. I mean, no one really has anything good to say about him. And Jay Cutler even spoke up about it. And you guys know Jay is a guy to never really step out of line and even say things like that. But this is just what in the politics, guys. What in the politics is going on? After the competition was over, Kevin was able to go up 2 places. Paul Dillette and Lee Priest dropped down and also lost money. The deeper I go into bodybuilding history, the more political decisions I find. But I'm glad that politics didn't affect the sport of bodybuilding. Guys kept competing. Some guys did leave the sport due to politics like Mike Menzer, but the sport could have ended, guys, because some of these decisions were pretty bad. But as always, I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video. If you haven't done so already, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Krishan from Go Fitness, and that's it. I'm out.